Good morning, church. This morning's thought comes from Matthew 28, where the women have seen the empty tomb and then the angel has told them to go back and tell the other disciples. On their way back, they meet Jesus and they fall at his feet and they worship him. And Jesus says to them, "Do not be afraid, but go and tell my brothers that I will meet them in Galilee." And then the second part of the passage is about the soldiers and the guards and the chief priests concocting a story to cover their backs because they know that they are going to be in great trouble. So their story is that in the middle of the night, the disciples came and stole the body, and then the soldiers are given some money to keep them quiet. And at the end of the passage, there's a very telling sentence. It says, "And this story has been widely circulated among the Jews to this very day." And isn't that just so true? Many people doubt the reality of the resurrection. And there are many reasons for their unbelief. But sometimes that unbelief does come from a place of fear. Because if you believe that it's true, you need to do something about it. But we know the truth, don't we? We know through our own experience of Jesus living in us that he did indeed rise from the dead on that first Easter morning. And then what did Jesus say to the women? He said, "Do not be afraid, but go and tell." And maybe those words are for us this morning too. Do not be afraid, despite the circumstances in which we find ourselves living, and go and tell. This time could be a great opportunity for us to talk about our faith and our belief in Jesus. Perhaps it's the time to have those conversations that we wouldn't normally have, being real about our faith and about the place in which we find our hope. Jesus is alive. He lives in us. We don't need to be afraid. Let's go and tell.